All right, let's see if that works. All right, I'm back. Testing, testing. All right, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, I gotta reset the stream. I don't know, maybe the internet was lagging or I don't know. I put the outlooks or on the OBS you can change the video bitrate. I changed that to 4,000 kilobytes. So we'll see if that works. All right, anyways, we're good for now. We're not lagging. Yeah, what I think I'm planning on doing, I could probably take a credit spread. I mean, 1 o'clock. Maybe I might take a 25 center and probably buy it back early at 5 cents, is what I'm thinking. I don't think the 30-year bond, I don't remember it being that massive. I remember the 10-year being really big. It's hard to say. Like, it really depends on how early I get a signal, too. Let's look at some SPX credit spreads here. Nick says, what are the settings for the EMA you use? I have the 5, 10, 20, and 50 EMAs. I mainly use that EMA 50 the most, though. So if I'm looking at bull puts on SPX, let's just see the premium. The premium is just so glitchy sometimes. It's hard to tell what is... Like, right here you can see is a 10 and a 40 on a 50, 90, 50, 95. What is this one giving me? A 10 and a 30, negative 10. This one's giving me a 10 and a 30. See, this is what's confusing the crap out of me. So this is giving me 10 cents, but the other one was saying negative. I can't stand the premium on some of these. Like, some are saying there's a bid, some are saying there's not a bid. It's so confusing. This one also has a bid of 20 and an ask of 80. Like, what? You can't work with these spreads. 20 and 60, 30 and 70, that's a 40-cent spread. That's massive. I don't even know. Honestly, I'm just not liking the bid and ask on the credit spreads right now. On the bear calls, when I took them, they were rather tight. They weren't like too far off. Let me look at the bear calls. I feel like the bear calls were more better spreads. This one's a 7110, a 0 and a 40. Let me look on my phone. I don't know. Let me look on my phone. It might be easier. It's just frustrating, these things. We do have an EMA 50 at the top, so I'm not taking bull puts just based on that alone anyways. I would wait for a double orb, if anything, on this day. So I'm just gonna hurry up and do it on my phone here and just kind of see. Moo. Why is this not working here? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at some stuff here. Yeah, I don't like that EMA 50 at the very top, and it's kind of fresh. But let me look at some bull puts on my phone. It seems to be easier to find it. So let's just verify what actual premium we can get. Okay, so that's closer to the money. Zero, 0, 20, 20. Could we get the 50, 65, 50, 70 bull puts? So confusing. If I go higher up, I'm seeing 10 on the mids. I got the lock feature on where it just shows the mid, I guess, but okay, this one went to 5 cents. But yeah, they're just kind of funky for sure. What scared me is that one time I placed an order and it filled me instantly. I'm like kind of wondering, could I got farther out of the money? Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the SPY, no joke, I feel like SPY is, I think their spreads are a little more not as funky though. Like let's like 4 to 6, 2 cent spread. That's not bad for a 507, 508, 506, 507, 2 cent spread. I mean, look at this. We can get a 3 center all the way out here. 2 cent. I mean, how far can we go down here? 1 cent. So this is about our peak here. Wait, no, we can get a 2 center on. They're still showing a bit of 2 here at 503, 504. Okay, so that's about our peak. 503, 504 is about our peak. Everything else is like 1 cent on the bid. So 503, 504 is showing a little bit. 504. Maybe it's moving down. 505. Okay. About 506, 507. Is it dropping? 506, 507. I mean, where is that out on SPY? You're looking at... Holy crap, guys. You see that? 506? Let's just do the 507, because if it gets in anywhere in that leg, just about right down there from here to here is a 4% drop. It's just crazy how we have something like that. Obviously, a 4% drop is very doable. Yeah, let's look at the converter then. Was it SPY to SPX converter? Just to kind of see how enter value. So 507. SPX is 5095.01. It's the same. I'm doing this correctly. 5095. So that would be the same for... Is what I'm thinking. 5095. So let's see what the premium is for 5095. Okay, so 5095, 5090, 5095. I'm seeing the mid is 25 cents. Like my lock icon is labeled at 20, 25, and then it went to 20. The bid is 10. I saw the bid go up to 10. The ask is 40. It's a 40-cent spread. That's insane. I think we can go one up higher here. I'm seeing 20 there. So I'm mainly just looking at the lock feature to see if it's going down. All right, so the 50, 75, 50, 80 went down to 15 cents on the mid. Now went back to 20. Now back to 15. It's hard to say. I don't know. It's really hard to say. I really want to try a 25 center though, because I want to. I want to use a day trade today. I firmly believe in using a day trade. If we can get a 25 center and sell it for and buy it back for 5 cents, that's a pretty good. That's not bad. 11. So if we get in that. Titan, thanks for the follow. All right, so we had that EMA 50, which honestly I'm more scared of bull puts because of that. This is the first candle here, Nick. 930 to 945 on Webull. So I'm just looking for my futures trade, I'm looking for a break of structure and then coming back in. I'm going to look for the middle line for my stop loss to give me a very clear stop loss, make it dummy proof for me here. Since this market is so volatile, I want to get as close as possible to this middle line. I mean, taking a future short here and it just goes up to the middle orb, that's actually a pretty big loss. I mean, this is a really volatile market. Look at that, it's up 0.48%. So I would like to, what I like to do too is sometimes I go the mid of the middle. Like, what is the mid of the middle here? Right here is the next middle. And so if I can take entries on this line and stop loss here, I have a very clear, I have a tighter stop. Whereas if I take it at the bottom orb, it's kind of a bigger stop. I recommend going really small size in this market environment. I would not go anything past 3 micros. You don't need to go a lot of micros to make a lot of money. Shoot, let's leave that there. So yeah, I mean, that's how I'm looking to do my futures trade. Once I see a break of structure, come back into this line, stop loss is this line. I'm not even waiting for a body. If I just see it piercing, I'm out. Yeah, soon was honestly the way I'm playing a lot of these pennies is I'm getting in at the end of the day and I'm getting out at the latest pre-market. I'm not holding these things long. So if you've seen soon, yeah, I mean, if you got in at the end of the day, which is around 4 o'clock here, you got in here at this time, you got a 52% pump at 4 in the morning, which you should be having Webull if you're trading pennies. We all know that 4 in the morning is the biggest pumps. Well, it comes up here at 8 o'clock and makes even a bigger pump. A 63% gain from 4 o'clock to pre-market. You're out of the trade, and now you wait for end of the day again. Rinse and repeat. It's just rinse and repeat on a lot of these pennies. And that's kind of how I'm playing them. I'm looking for the biggest active volume ones. Soon had a massive volume of 300. I mean, it's already at 300 million volume. It had 600 million volume, 400 million, you know, the previous days. It's not a bad one. I wouldn't play these ones anything past, I mean, you could. I mean, DMN, you see, where is this one? That one has got a reverse split. It's not even, look at it. This thing's not even a penny. It's less than a penny. Definitely gotta be careful with that. Let's not confuse you guys with the lines. I'm gonna get rid of that line. You can also use EMAs. That EMA 5 is probably gonna be closer to that middle of the middle for a short. Yeah, it looks like according to the journal here, we've had 2 double orbs in a row. Are we going to get another one? It's hard to say. I'm more feeling the single orb today. We got a fresh EMA 50. Looks like bear calls. I'm not taking bull puts today. It's just a matter of which bear calls are good. Let me go back to my option chain here. 25 cents is what I'm doing. Bear calls. It's just hard to tell which ones to get. The premium's so freaking stupid looking. I've never had this issue where I'm like, which premium could I even get? I don't even know which one I could get. Because some are showing 0 bids, some are showing some on the bid when it shouldn't even be showing bids. Like, yeah, I know if I go closer in the money, I can get filled instantly, but I don't want to go too risky either. 50, 20, 50, 25. This one's showing 30 cents on the mid when it says 0 on the bid. It's so confusing. 50 on the ask. All right, this one is showing 0.40. So I'm just going based on the mid. That's I guess the best way to do this is go based on the mid. If the bid is 0 and the ask is 40, your mid is 20 cents. So you would try to get in for 20. Yeah. Looking like some bull, or I mean not bull, bear calls. What I would like to see is price to come back inside of orb. I don't know if I want to take this signal just right off the bat. From here to here, we dropped 1%. Yeah, so if we take it at 25 cents, I'm just going to buy it back at 5. Is there a risk in letting it ride with no... I mean, if we can't buy it back, then yeah, we're just going to have to risk letting it ride. But 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, that's a lot of time decay. And if we get the price to go in our direction, yeah, you can buy it back pretty easily for 5 cents. It just depends on a lot of factors. I don't really have much experience with the 30-year bonds. I don't remember them being a big move, but Forex Factory is telling us it's an orange folder. I don't like playing orange folders. They're not red, so it's not like... But then again, do you really want to play an orange folder here at 1 o'clock, a 30-year bond auction, and risk it? I don't want to. I don't want to risk that. So I don't remember them being volatile, but I'll see today. Welcome Dante, Jaw, welcome back, and welcome. Yeah, soon is a really nice one to just keep buying into the day. It's got massive volume, and if it don't work, you sell it pre-market before the bell. And because you don't want to be back holding these pennies. Yeah, it's coming back up. Yeah, there's no break of a candle yet. We'll see what this candle does. So ideally you want this to break now. We want it to happen earlier. 10:15. So we got about 12 minutes to wait anyways. Anything can happen. I mean, look at these massive 1-minute candles. In a blink of a second, you pump 20.22 on a 1-minute candle. Yeah, so for futures, I'm definitely waiting for a retest. I can kind of see already this upper line here is strong selling pressure. So if I can get anywhere near this area for futures short, that'll be a good one. Other than that, just being patient here. We can look at anything that can act as support. This right here is support now. We break out of this. That could be support. What about EMAs? EMA 10 is resistance. Wow, it hit the 20. Wow. Look at that candle. Hit the 20 and then it just stabilized. Shoot, anything can happen. I don't even know if we can judge it by that. I don't know. That's hard. That's scary to me how that we hit the 20 in a blink of a second. Yeah, if you guys did bear calls yesterday, you definitely took a loss on that. There's no covering on that one. Not sure about her part. Most of mine is getting thrown into crypto right now. Minus yesterday morning for obvious reasons. All crypto is down right now, though. I expect stocks to be down too. I mean, after that big rally, it is just a pause. It's not like it's kind of like putting a band-aid on the problem here. So it's a lot of these things that I don't need on my watch list. Wow, STSS is up 100%. Soon's up 20%. My gosh, I mean, this is probably one of the hardest months for credit spreads. I honestly, I don't blame anyone if you actually don't want to play these for credit spreads. I mean, how do you trade that? Let's see. So we traded this big day. We drawed it. We got the bear calls perfectly. I traded this day. They took me out, though. A lot of people won on that day. And I'm pretty sure I traded this day. Yeah, I played these days, too. Yeah, no signal yet. No signal. We still got 14 minutes, so it's plenty of time. Yeah, the worst is when you get a signal, and it's like this. This is what we don't want to see. But then again, we probably could have got out. You see, this is the bottom. Right there to a T. It gives us the signal. But it waited till 1:15 to give you an uptrend signal. So you had a lot of time decay through here. Probably could have got out with a break even or minor loss, especially with this dip down here. That's why I was scared for a lot of people. Everyone was saying bullish, but I was like, I mean bearish. The only problem is if you do a double orb, it's kind of hard to beat that. There's two scenarios with a double orb, and this is all I usually see is, so you get the orb here. This is your first orb. Here's your second orb. I usually see iron condors like that. Or it's just a massive move to one direction. It's just no in between. So you gotta understand, if Price does a double orb on us, you can win, but your chances of winning do decrease by a lot if it does something like that. It's just kind of scary. I don't like to mess with those double orbs. It's almost like better just take the minor loss and move on. Yeah, I don't mind. It's mainly just Trump. That's what's making it so hard. Is anything can happen. Now, does he talk about tariffs again? I think he's going to take a break talking about it. So we might have another break before he talks about it again. All right, so looks like bear calls are trying to line up here. Let's just say if we get bear calls here, I kind of need to look for what kind of bear calls do I want to get and kind of plot my strikes. Five and 25, 5 and 30. Okay, so that one's 10 cents. I see the bid is at 5. 55, 50, 55, 55. Let's see if I keep going down, what happens. So confusing. Hmm. Hey, Pierre. Yeah, so basically what it sounds like to me is we're going to have to just do trial and error. Do a far out of the money strike. If it don't fill, then we have to come up higher. Because I don't know what the correct premium is on a lot of these. I mean, they're so spread out. I'm looking at 55, 50, 55, 55. That one's 10 cents on the mid. 25, it's 25 cents on the ask. So we could try to do 20 cents. I don't think that's going to fill us, obviously. But I don't know, because last time I was like, wow, how did I get filled instantly? So I feel more comfortable setting my thing on the ask and just kind of like seeing if it fills. Okay, it looks like bear calls. That's how I'm looking to do it. I'd rather put a premium on the ask than doing it on the mid, actually, just in case. What's 30-minute telling us? 30-minute EMAs, 1 hour EMA. We got a 1 hour EMA 50 there. I think 15 minutes more better, because that tells us when the lower time frames are switching. Yeah, usually a 10-cent spread is not bad. So the same strike I'm looking at now is, yeah, it went to 5 cents on the mid. Now it's back to 10 cents on mid. All right, so basically with this volatile market, I'm okay if I don't trade. I want to see price coming back in the orb. This is just so freaking volatile that I want to see price to come back inside orb. And it probably won't do that. A lot of times it just keeps going down. It just really depends. At least come back to the lower orb. I don't know if we'll get that. Let's see, though. We got 5 and 20. This is definitely bear calls, though. I don't think it's going to recover in 3 minutes. I mean, yes, it could. Look at that these big candles. Yeah. 55, 50, 55, 55. Let me just plot those on the chart, too, for bear calls. How far out is that? 55, 55. Doesn't seem too far out. Thanks for the subscribe. Much love. Also, guys, if you guys have Twitch Prime, you can subscribe for free on Twitch and get free ads. That's a 4% drop on bear calls at that strike. 4.47. Okay, so that's what that is on spot. Are we getting sometimes I like to look at SPX. Are we actually getting? Yeah, this is your 945. So far, bear calls 2. Okay, it's bear calls. Now I just got to figure out what strike I want. I think I do want the 55, 50, 55, 55 for 20 cents. But I did want a 25. I wonder if can I get a 25 center? Right now the ask is 20 cents. Right now the ask went to 30 cents. So it's kind of volatile, guys. I'm curious. I'm going to just try for 25 cents and see if it takes me on this one. 5 and let's just try it. I don't think it'll take me. I just want to see if it'll, like, kind of see where my premium is. I want to see a working order. Okay, it is working order. So we know it won't take me on that one. So I might have to look for another order here. If it goes to the middle orb, it'll definitely take me for 25 cents. All right. We actually are at the opportunity where you want to actually do bear calls. It's actually at that lower orb. I just don't know if it's. I gotta get into my mobile swap here. All right, so it's showing 15 cents on the mark, 12 cents. That strike's no good. We're not. I don't think we're gonna get filled for that strike. So let me look at another strike. I didn't think we would get filled, but with this premium, it's really hard to tell. It's really hard to tell with this premium. So let me go back to bear calls. So that was a 55, 50, 55, 55. I gotta like do some experiments on this thing. I don't know which one's gonna fill. So that one's that. Let's try the next one up. The next one is showing 5 and 30. 15 cents on the mid. The next one is showing 15 cents on the mid. The next one is showing 20 cents. Golly, this premium sucks. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's gonna still work. We won't get filled on that one. I can't tell which one is good. They're all saying like 0 cents on the bid. And 0, 0, 0, 0. This one's showing some on the bid. 10 cents on the bid. But then again, they're so close to in the money that I don't like any of them then. I mean, a 4% drop. This could definitely drop 4%. I don't get it. Yeah, I think SPY might be easier. I just not comfortable with SPY. I rather do. I don't like the for futures guys. I'm looking for a price to get to 530, and I'm gonna short it. All right, so let me just go up to this one. Let me try. I'm just going to keep going up and seeing when it takes me. 55, 45, 55, 50. 20 cents. Or 25 cents. I'm going to take another one up. 55, 45, 55, 50. That's higher than my other one, right? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to do that one. It's showing 15 cents on the mid, so it's probably not going to go and fill me. I'll just see which one fills me. Alright, let's close this one. Yeah, it's not going to fill. Let's try... looking at the bid. I just gotta keep looking at the mid here. So it's if you're trying to get a fill, negative. That one's at 15 cents. I think 55.25, 55.30, you can get a fill. That thing's at 20 cents on the mid, 40 cents on the ass. I think this one you can get filled, guys. 1 to 15 on the mid. Yeah, if you want to get a fill, I think you're looking at 55.30. That's the strike. It's just taking me too long to figure out which strike you want to get filled, but you're looking at 55.30. Wait, that one actually went lower? 55.30. Oh, shoot. That's my bad. 55.30 is up here. Yeah, so you're looking at a move from here to here. Okay, that is a big move up, too. Alright, that is a good strike. I was looking at the other one. Alright, we might have missed our entry just because we're fiddling around with premium. So do keep that in mind. Might have missed our stupid entry here. It could come back up into middle orb. It could do that too. Okay, so let's go back to SPX. Alright, so 55.30. Alright, so the ask is 25. The bid is... Yeah, we need to move to go back up now. I think I finally got the strike I wanted. Yeah, 55.30, 55.25 is, I think, is something that would actually potentially fill us. It's hard to say, though, to be honest. I don't know. I don't like these freaking days. It's hard to tell. I don't think we'll get a 0.25, though. That's the thing. I'm looking at all the bids. They're like 0 cents. But the asks are so astronomical. The asks are like 40 cents, right? I'm mainly looking at the mid price on these. And that's what I'm mainly looking at. So I could probably do 25 cents on the 55, 25, 55, 30. 50, 75, a buck. I could do a 400% stop loss, and that'll be 125. Okay. You make a lot more money, too, on a 25 center compared to your regular amount. That extra 5 cents, you actually make quite a bit. Let me see what that one will give. Ah, it's coming back down. So 30 cents is the ask. Let's see if it'll fill me. Let's try it. Bear calls. I don't know if it will. Let me see if it has a working order. Alright, so 20 cents is the mark. I'm trying the 55, 25, 55, 30 for 25 cents. I think it will fill me with this move up into middle orb. It's at 20 cents. I just don't know. I want to get it for 25 so I can buy it back for 5. What is that 1 minute candle coming back up? This is actually looking like a short on futures. Yeah, it's fluctuating so hard. It went back to 10, went back to 20. If I don't get filled, I'm just going to take the day off because I don't like the premium. If I don't get filled on this spike. That's a weird one. 25 cents. 55, 25, 55, 30. 55, 25. Yeah, that one's showing 30 cents on the ask, but it says 0 cents on the bid. Went to 40 cents on the ask. The mid is at 15 to 20. Yeah, it's hard to tell, guys. Because if you go to the next strike, the mid is at 20. So to me, it's hard to tell what you're going to get filled at with this kind of funky premium. I am going to short on my futures right up in here on this line right here. I am going to short right here, guys. I think it hits this. I'm planning on shorting this, and my stop is just right up here now. So I am going to short this on futures. So worst case, if we can't get filled on that, shorting, yes, here. I'm going to short this for a move down. I like that little spike up into here. I'm still doing the same thing for my credit spread. If I don't get filled, I don't get filled. I'm so done with the credit spreads this month. Stop loss is at the middle orb. What do you guys think in the chat? We should do 0.20, I believe. Yeah, I'm going with futures here. I'm going to short it here. The risk versus reward is so good here. I'm risking very little at this middle orb. To me, it's worth a shot. You know, I'm doing like, I got 2 micros in. I might do one more micro if we go a little higher. Obviously, don't go too high volatile. Don't go too high with your sizing, because today is just, these days are just really volatile. You don't need a lot of contracts. Yeah, yeah. If I don't get filled here, I'm just gonna call it a day off. I want 25 cents. I want 25 so I can get the heck out at 5. That's what I want. Yep, here we go. Futures are looking good here. Short. Such a massive orb. Yeah, that strike's not going to fill. I don't know, guys. Honestly, credit spreads, till we get a normal environment on what the heck this premium should be, it's too hard to tell. I have no idea where... I mean, yeah, I can go so far in the money and get filled, but... 55, 25, 55, 30. Let me look at the next one up. 55, 20, 55. Yeah, the mid is 25 cents on the next one up. And then the mid where we're at is 20 cents. So I feel like there's a good chance you could get filled on this strike right here. If it actually just keeps pumping up, there's a good chance you can get filled. So I'm just going to leave it in there. I mean, what if it goes to the upper orb? You know? There's a good chance you'll get filled. It's honestly just guessing at this point what premium's going to fill you. I have no idea. I don't want to get filled instantly, because then I feel like I didn't even bid for it. So if I get filled on this, it's good, but if I don't, then I don't. The reason I want to get 0.25 is because I don't want to hold till 1 o'clock. We got 30-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm a little hesitant on that. Maybe I could go up 1 strike. I think that next strike would have got me that 0.25. Maybe 50-20, 50-25 would have got me it. Yeah, it probably would have. It's just a bunch of baloney. It's hard to tell. It really is hard to tell, guys. Well, I'm in shorts here on ES. I might just be doing futures till this freaking thing calms down. This is a beautiful short here. I got in 2 micros. I got in a micro here, and I added another one, and I'm going to add 1 more micro close to that. So I kind of scaled in some here. So I'm in 2 micros on a short here. As predicted, game plan is still the same. Downtrend, middle orb acting as resistance, and it'll probably plummet down. I think on your personal broker, since you're using margin, I believe it's like $150. Because when I first started trading futures, I started out with $500, and I was able to do like 3 micros. It wasn't much at all. You get a lot of leverage with futures. I use NinjaTrader, so you can have your max loss for the day. You can set that up, how much you want to lose. But this is a really great shorting opportunity if you guys took advantage of this. Very good shorting opportunity. I'm going to cancel my other credit spread here. And I don't think that's going to fill. Let's try another strike. It's whatever. Alrighty. Shorted right here. Stop losses middle orb, shorting ES here. I think this goes down, and I think we make bank. I mean, this is how much easier futures is. I get in right away. I'm going to hold this till maybe end of the day. We'll see. Yeah. You can see the micros are moving insane right now. I'm trying not to sell too early because I only have 2 micros. The best results you get is till the end of the day. A lot of the times at the end of the day, you get your best results. That's where price goes down the most. We've seen that happen here. The best results for a long position, if you held towards the end of the day, I mean, look at this. We went from our entry We got in at 498 and it went all the way to 548. Imagine if you did a 0 DTE call option on that. You would have made bank. Yeah, so 5 micros. That's a pretty big size position for a volatile market like this. You know, you can make pretty good money. Yeah, that's my first target here. If we break the daily low, we can also look at pre-market lows. Nope, the pre-market's all over here. So, yeah, your daily low is right here. If you take that out, scale some out. We'll see. Looks like it's coming back up here. Should I try another credit spread? Yeah, that kind of scares me. Let me just see if it does. Guys, I'm not liking credit spreads. I'm gonna take the day off. My gut's telling me I don't like the premium. I try to get in the premium. I think this is a futures day again. The meeting at 1 o'clock. We do have. We do have the 30-year bond auction. Honestly, we need this to cool off. Boro, thanks for the follow. We need this, honestly, to cool off for credit spreads to be great again. This is this is like insane. I don't know how. I mean, even my futures, I might get stopped out here. Hopefully, it don't. If I do get stopped out on futures, I would be looking for the double orb play right up in here. If it does a double orb, we're going long. We're going long. All right, we're going to go long, and we'll write it up just like how we did yesterday. I got stopped out the first time yesterday. I got stopped out the first time twice in a row. Tends to happen. Yeah, it's just like I can't figure out. It's the premium. The premium's messing with my head here on credit spreads. They're all showing me different values that don't make sense to me. That's the problem. Like, I'm looking at a credit spread. Let me see. What did I try to get? 55, 25, 55, 30? Wait, what just happened there? No, 55, not 50. Yeah, 55. So yeah, it's 0 and 40, so I don't know which one. Maybe you got to do the 55.15, 55.20. The mid is at 25 cents on that one. I actually do see a bid on that one for 10 cents. It's holding up here pretty well. This is why you want to get close as possible to the middle orb. I'm going to do one more micro if it just gets a little close to it. Because this is so volatile, like, you want the tightest risk versus reward on futures. I mean, if you got this way down here, look at it. This is a big loss you're taking if you got it at this lower orb. It's a pretty big loss. This is just a couple 1-minute candles, and we're already coming up in here. Yeah, we need to make credit spreads great again. That's what we need. Oh my god. I had to cancel it. Oh shoot. Next, should I get in another micro here? This is dicey. Alright. Literally to a T, we hit that middle orb. Literally to a T. That is insane. Does it break it? Please don't break it. Come on, don't do me dirty like that. I've been losing on futures on my first order. This will be 3 days in a row that I lose on my futures order. Are we really going to do a double orb again? Oh my gosh. I wouldn't doubt it. We might get a double orb again. So you got the 25.30. Okay, someone got filled for the 55, 25, 55, 30, 55, 25, 55, 30. Let me see what that one is. So freaking confusing. 55, 25, 50. All right, 55, 25, 55, 30. You got filled for the 20 cents. Huh. Okay, so that's good to know that that actually was showing 20 cents. Should I try? I can't remember which one I did try. Let me look at my orders and see which one I did try before. Which ones got canceled? I canceled the 55, 25, 55, 30. Okay, yeah, they're showing 30 cents in the mid. Oh, man, I might get stopped out here on futures here. Frick. I mean, we could try the 55, 30, 55, 35 at this point. It just depends how risky you guys want to be. My gosh, what is this volatility? So stupid. Doesn't make sense. Every time. I'm going to give it a little more. Yeah, I tried that one. Yeah, so I'm looking at the 55, 30, 55, 35. You could probably get 25 cents on that one. Should I try that one? Alright, I'm still in the futures trade. It's actually coming down a little. I was so tempted to stop out here. We'll see. Get above this high here, I'm stopping out. Get above that high, I'm stopping out. How much are we down today? We're down 3%. It is pretty down, guys. I didn't really look at that. We are down 3%. I'm taking the day off. I'm not trading this 30-year bond. I don't trust it. If you guys are in, you might have literally caught the top here, and it could be getting shorted down. I just don't like the premium. To me, my stop is so big. If I'd make one mistake, I'd lose 5 winning days. To me, it's just I don't know. I'm getting a bad gut feeling about today, and I don't like it when I get a bad feeling. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing bear calls here. This is playing the system. We're down 3%. I think you can kind of stabilize down here. Yeah, if you got it for 20 cents, you can buy it back for 5 cents if you want. It's not a bad idea. I'm still in futures here. I'm probably just going to focus on my futures trade here. I'm watching this high right here. That's a little too much more than I want to risk. And that's a monster candle up. Whoops. Alrighty. Alrighty, Forex Factory. There you guys. You guys are doing good. This could be the stabilization here. Yeah, I just want to, I kind of want to observe what a 30-year bond auction does. I haven't really seen too much of that. I want to just kind of see what that does. Yeah, I'm looking at my canceled orders. Yeah, I did try the 55, 25, 55, 30. That one's showing a mid at 20 cents. Yeah, it went up to 25. It's some premium on that. If you have a 20 center, yes, a 500% stop is what I usually do. Gives you enough wiggle room. Especially with this volatility, the premium moves fast. You're gonna want to, yeah, let it be like that because you don't want to get stopped out when it really didn't even hit your stop. That's what scares me with this volatility. And it's just hanging in there on this high of this 15-minute. I don't get it. Like every time I'm playing a futures trade, I'm losing on the first orb. Are we literally doing double orbs all week? This is not normal. This doesn't happen all the time. Like double orbs all the time. Not to say we're gonna do a double orb. It's just like it's pissing me off because I can't hold a futures trade up in here. That's too big of a loss. This is the high of that candle I'm looking at. Seeing if it penetrates it. Alright, so it held that high of that candle. And look at that. 1 minute candle just does that much damage right there. Look at that. Back to this area here. Yeah, it's still good. Still good futures trade. We didn't have a body like going above it too much. I was going to stop out on that high, but still good. It's just painful for now. Take a little pain. Going back up again. I mean, what is these 1 minute candles? It's insane. You think it's good, and then it goes back up to the highs. Like, what is that? Did everyone do 20 cents? Did anyone get 25 cents? Just curious. Working. Yep. Frick. Stopped out on that one. I don't want to mess with that. It's too much risk now. If it goes to the upper orb, I'm screwed. I'm just taking too much risk now. I don't know what's... Gotta wait for double orb. It's literally the same thing, same pattern with me. I'm losing on my first trade, and it might go back down and I look like an idiot. But I'm risking too much now. I mean, I did the high of this day here, the high of this candle. It's back under the 15-minute middle orb. Yeah, I'd tell you what, that one quick stop loss right there, that's brutal. Just to go back down. Yeah, that's brutal. It's hard to play this day. Yeah, just for it to go the way... Man, it's probably going to go crashing down, too. I've seen this pattern before. Wow. Hit that middle orb, but it went too far up. That's too much damage. Way too much damage. It's getting close to the upper orb. It's just dumb because... I mean, I got as close as possible to the middle orb, and that's why I'm not doing a lot of the max micros I'm doing is 3 because I just don't trust this market. It's you can make a lot of money with just a little bit of micros. You don't need too much. I mean, look at that freaking 1 minute candle. It went down 0.30% on 1 minute. I'm curious what my Yeah, I mean, looking at... We're down 18... We're down $18, 3%. I think the ATR 14 is out of the roof here. Just because we're down 3% doesn't mean it can't go down 6-7%. It can easily do that. I didn't do a credit spread. I chickened out. I don't have enough data on the 30-year bonds, so I'm just going to wait it out. So 11. The problem is I can't hold it. It's already 11 o'clock. I actually have been trying to get in the credit spread. It's just I haven't got filled, and so I've been canceling my orders when honestly the bear calls are looking pretty good right now. bear calls are looking pretty good. It's just hard to find the exact premium I want. I guess if I would have kept that order on, I think I would have filled the 25 cents up in here. I think if I did keep that on, I would have filled. So yeah, I personally might just wait till this VIX keeps dropping lower. I mean, I need to see this. This thing's at 30. Maybe if it goes back to the 20s, that'd be nice. But yeah, this probably would have been a nice bear call play here. Coming up into this middle range. That was a nice entry. I didn't want to take it down here because it's so volatile. Comes back up. Looks like a nice bear call day. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing micros. Is there such thing as data source where you can find what news caused what move on the market? If there's a bad bound data, then market move in X direction. Where you can find what news caused what move. I'm not sure. All I do is look at Forex Factory, and that's all I really see. It's usually if you pull that up and there's like big news, like on certain, like if you see a big move at 1 o'clock, it's probably the 30-year bond auction because it's an orange folder. Obviously, you can see 830 is core CPI, so there's probably that 830. Yeah, it's definitely going to be all those. So yeah, congrats, you got bear calls. It's actually looking fabulous for you. That was a freaking dirty candle right here. That was very dirty. That's why I like credit spreads a lot. Once you get in, that's the hard part with credit spreads is getting in. Once you get in, you're kind of golden because now you have theta working for you now. The one I wanted is showing 15 cents. It's fluctuating a lot. It's showing 15, 20. It doesn't really know what premium it should be. But it will correct itself here soon as time goes by. You guys probably nailed it. There it is. There's the big money making for futures there. I did make a roll like we need to wait for a body to close above, but this is just becoming too much. Like if a body closes way above here, then that's a big loss. I mean, look at that distance here from the middle orb. And bam. Goes down. The 30-year bond auction is at 1 o'clock, so it's about 2 hours from now. That's why I was trying to do 25 cents and get out at 5. Wow, look at that move. Who's in the futures trade right now? Freaking making bank. What a joke. That is insane. Wow. Yeah, I would scale some out right here. Looks like I would definitely scale some out, and just hold very small size here, just in case if it wants to come back up. But this looks like this looks like a nice little topping point, long upper wick. We were due for a single orb. We had 2 double orbs in a row, so I was definitely more biased towards the single orb. EMAs are above price action here, so all the EMAs are above. It looks very bearish today. I can't. I'm not saying that because it's going down, just because of the EMAs. We have a single orb here. It's just, I'm just mad I didn't get in my credit spread now. That's what I'm really mad at. That could have made me some good money. Yeah, so the entry is hard for futures here because we see that it's bearish, but it's trying to figure out a really good entry is going to be hard, where you have to minimize your loss. It's definitely micros is the way to go. I mean, if it comes back up to middle orb, I mean, yeah, you could try it again and have that stop loss right here. So you have a pretty tight stop loss at the high of this wick. That's what I probably will do. If it comes back up to here, the stop loss can be up there. There's a clear structure where if it breaks this, then it might be bullish then. But I don't think it's going to go there. I don't think it'll give us another chance. You sold 15 contracts for... Wow, that's pretty good. 15 contracts at what, 20 cents? Good job, Mr. Embets. You in a short super? You in a ES short? Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good money right there. 15 contracts. Let me look up how much you're going to get there. Honestly, the 30-year bond auction might be nothing, guys. It could be just a bunch of baloney. It probably is nothing. So yeah, if you did 15 contracts at 20 cents with fees involved, it says you're going to get 268, 267.88. Congrats, guys. Perfect short. 267.88 if it expires worthless. If you buy it back for 5 cents, you'll have to do the calculation a little different. Yeah, I've seen candles like legit go from here to here in a blink of a second on this. So I have seen that. So, but wow, that was a nice move down. Yeah, the one that I wanted is showing 15 cents on the mid. I don't know. My gut's just telling me just to kind of calm off when I'm seeing that premium. That kind of made me a little disgusted. It's like every premium was showing the same. It's like, it's hard to tell which strike to get. It's like, man, it's confusing. It's like you had to do trial and error. You had to be like, I'm going to put an order in here, see if it gets filled. And I got to put a next strike. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Yeah, I would scale out some and then re-add guys on the middle orb. That's what I would do. Take some gain. That way, if it does go up, you're not pissed. Yeah, that's very smart, Mr. Embets. Take one, take some out. Obviously, we're doing micros, so if you do lose, it's not going to be a massive loss. I don't think anyone should be doing minis in this environment. Like, talk about losing your prop firm in a blink of a second. I think 3 micros is a pretty good size. You can even do 2 micros. You gotta have some micros so you can like scale out properly. Obviously, the low of the day is an entry that if that breaks, then you can make massive money to the downside. We all know if that breaks, shorts are going to take advantage of that. There's going to be people who do the breakouts where once that breaks, they're going to short it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so we do know that. As far as our next target, we see right here is our next target. So this is the low. I mean, there's some pretty good support right there. This is our next target. Now, does it go all the way down here? Probably not. But who knows? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in this environment. What is the estimated profit on 15? So if you do 15 contracts at 20 cents with fees taken out, you're getting about 268. Yeah, you're getting about $268, and that's a high probability trade. The credit spread strategy, you win about 90% of the time. It's a very good probability. I mean, I got such a big win yesterday that doesn't really matter, I guess. I mean, this was probably the biggest win I've ever had. And I had the courage to hold one micro till the end of the day. This was literally the peaking point. I had a micro all the way down here, and I held it all the way to the end of the day. And that's just a good indication of like an easy way to say, hey, how high or how low it can go. Hold it till the end of the day and let price tell you. If you look at all the bodies of the candles, when you short it, like if you go long here, your orb's around here. End of the day, if you short it, end of the day, you know, yes, there can be some wicks, but you're making the best gains end of day. Right here, you short it, end of the day. Right here, you go long. There's a decent wick, but you still make good money. Here, you short it, end of the day. Go long, end of the day. Long, end of the day. Short, end of the day. You see what I mean? Like, and then there's going to be small candles where still make good money. All right, we're going to test the low of the day. I think we break it. So yeah, this is a perfect example of an ES short. And this is what I'm working on, is to see. I made a video to wait for a body to close because this could be a false breakout, right? We know the middle band is now resistance. We know this can be a false breakout. And that's really what that was. It was a false breakout. So we got a false breakout here. And then the general direction is what the orb is telling us. It's a single orb day so far. We're testing this low here. I want to see if it breaks that. So when we say 55.25, 55.30, we are short on 55.25. Yeah, I believe so. When your platform will tell you what your sell leg is. But yeah, this is definitely bear calls because of this candle here. And this is telling us the direction of the story here. Now, if price comes back up to the upper orb, then I'm going to go long. Yeah, we're breaking this, it looks like. Wow, there it is. There's the new short sellers coming in right there. We'll see if they get false breaked out or so. It's a big candle. I mean, that's massive money for just micros, guys. Anybody that took that short is massive money. He did bolt puts, SPX, 5210, 5215.
More?
Yeah, it's good to do. micros because it's still a good short here on a single orb. Yeah, I'm just waiting it out. I got in too late, guys. This is what futures environment for sure. I'm waiting for this daily low to break. I did bull puts today for 0.90. When did he enter that? 10. I wouldn't do bull puts. It depends on when he got in on bull puts. How far out can you go on bull puts? 52.10, 52.15. Pretty freaking far out, is it? 52.10, 52.15. There's the break of the low of the day. I mean, 52.10, 52.15 is right there. I don't know about that. 1% drop. SPX bull puts 52.10, 52.15. Where is it? Bull puts SPX. Can I find these things? Oh, there we go. 52.10, 52.15 bull puts. Yeah, I mean, the bid and spread is a little better here, actually. No, it's not. Went to freaking 80 cents in a heartbeat. 150. I don't like the premium. It's just too spread out. 90 to 140. It's kind of insane. $300 for the long run. Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect textbook example of a short. I mean, I don't think you could get a better textbook example other than it just, this happens. Price action does not have to do what you want it to do. It could go a little bit above it. I firmly believe, if you're getting stopped out on this, maybe go a little smaller size, maybe. Maybe let this play out. It's just hard because do you want to play out to the upper orb? It's kind of a bit of a more of a loss. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say what to do here. So I would scale some out right here and then hold the rest till end of day. So I remember in March, the bid and ask was like no more than 20 cents. It was very tight. It's not like what we're seeing today. Yeah, if you got in, you got 2 hours of time decay. This 1 o'clock news might not do anything. I'm just a little worried about it because it is an orange folder. You saw the 10-year bond auction. I mean, that's pretty brutal. But yeah, I would say if you got in at 20 cents, I would probably lock in a 5 cent. I would buy it back at 5 cents. That's why I was trying to do the 25 so I can lock in 20 cents if I buy it at 5. But then it kind of messes my math up because if I lose, a 25 cent is a bigger loss than a 20 cent. So if I did do a 20 cent, it would be a 400% stop loss, or 25. 25 to 50, 55. Yeah, 20, 50, 75, a buck, 125. Yeah, a 400% is the equivalent of a 500% on a 20 cent for 25. Yeah, I mean, you got really good entry. Yeah, if you got in on this candle here, that was actually the best candle here. Time decay, come back up, time decay, come back down. Yeah, other than that, I think you're looking good. Um, the premium won't go to where you think it will till later. It's hard to say where the premium's going to be. I'm looking at the strike that I was trying to get in. Yeah, it decimated to 10 cents now. So I think you're fine. Yeah, in hindsight, I tried it. I tried to get in bear calls. It just didn't fill me. It's that 25 cents that screwed me. I didn't get a fill. I would have got it filled for 20 if I left it at 20, but uh, that's what happens when you try to do something fancy. You get screwed over. Try to do something fancy and I didn't get filled. TTD went right back down, of course. I'm gonna sell some cover calls in May 16th. So hopefully by May 16th it goes up. I'm already in cover calls. Thinking maybe should I buy some more? Ask him. Good luck. Canceled. Yeah, canceled all three of those orders. I mean, we're testing that lower orb again. That would be a beautiful re-entry for a short. Man, I really want credit spreads to be less volatile actually now. I didn't realize the spread. Maybe we should stick to SPY for now because the spreads are better. What do you guys think? Till the spreads get better, maybe I should stick to SPY? It's the same thing. You just gotta hold an hour after market. That's the only dumb thing about SPY. They don't close them out till 5 o'clock. Anything can happen after hours. I don't like that. Yeah, that's what scares me about SPY. I can't do it. I don't like that after hours. I mean, that's just really scary. But yeah, it's making more sense because look at the SPY. You can see 4, 3, and 5. Yeah, I can't get used to SPY again. I've been doing SPX too long. I just can't get used to SPY. LPRO. What is LPRO doing? Back down 6%. EMAs. We actually didn't touch that EMA 5. This one's a really good opportunity. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Big move down 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's getting decent volume. At least it's way over 1 million. It's averaging 5 million. That's decent. No, I'm not gonna do it. Honestly, the 1 o'clock is what's scaring me. If I played today, I have to buy back early. So I would have to, if I did a 20 cent, I was trying the 25 cent. I just didn't get filled. And I would have bought it back for 5 cents. I'm just not liking this environment right now. This is more of a futures environment. All right, this is a nice little short here at this lower orb. I think it retests and maybe goes down. We'll see. This is not a bad area. Obviously, the best area is this middle orb. I didn't even see this. Did this actually get close to the 20? Yeah, I could have had that more for risk management. I could have said, yeah, above the EMA 20 then. Yeah, I didn't see that 20 there. Whoops. That's why it's good to use the EMAs and be like, hey, if we're close to the 20, you might as well just have your stop loss above the 20. Man. Yeah, it's hard for credit spreads. That's why I'm waiting it out. I took a short here. I'm gonna take a short. Try to make my money back here for a quick gain. I'm gonna do very small size. Only 2 micros here. And then I'm gonna add one more at the EMA 10. And then my stop loss will be above the 10. Because if it goes to the middle, it's too big of a loss. So I'm going to do 2 micros here, 1 micro here, stop loss here. And then I'll try it again at the middle. All right. So we'll see if this works. Yeah, my bad, guys. I didn't see this 20 here. I should have. I don't know why I missed that. This is a crucial area. All the EMAs are above. The 50s, obviously, it could have went to the 50. But I should have put my stop loss just above these EMAs. That was my fault. But I'm going to try it again here, see if it works. Hit the 5, should reject, and hit the 10, should reject. Stop loss is just above the 10. We'll see if I can make my money back. That was a beautiful short, though. If you guys actually got this short here, that was a massive candle there. You guys made bank on futures. That was a really good short. All right, we'll see what it does. I think it's just a retest back to the lows. We're going to see if we break these lows here. That's the new low of the day. All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm not done yet. I'm not done shorting this yet. All right. I'm only in 2 micros. I might hold them till the end of the day. I might hold them till after 1 o'clock too. CBR or CABR, isn't that one that everyone's trying to get in?
And AJ came out of the bakery, they spotted him zipping down the street and Crusher chasing after him. Crusher's trying to get Darrington's birthday cake. Crusher and Pickle heard Blaze.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it should be always short the pumps today. All right, it's short the pumps today. Let me get rid of some of these lines. It's probably confusing the crap out of you guys. Let's just use our 3 magical lines. That's the low of the day. That's the middle orb, and here's the lower orb. We got in for a short on the lower orb. Retest here. I was going to use the EMA 10 for a stop. Very, very low risk versus very tight stop here to make astronomical returns. That's how you recover from a loss, guys. So let emotions get to you. This right here should have never been a loss. My bad, my fault. I didn't have the EMA 20 plotted. That was my stupidity. I should have said, hey, if the EMA 20 is just right here, risk a little more. Just risk a little tiny more for a trade to work for your favor. All right, we'll see if this trade works. Yeah, that was my stupidity. That was just dumb. But we'll see if I can recover from that. It's looking pretty good so far. It's trying to break this, but We'll see. Yeah, I got back in on lower orb and stop above the 10 for a tight one. This is a good area to scale out. I probably should scale out one here. What do you guys think? Should I only have 2 micros. I could scale one out here. It's tempting to scale one out and hold the rest end of the day. There we go. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. Woohoo! Okay, so now we're making new lows. It's definitely bearish. This is not bullish at all. It's just so volatile here. I'm going to scale out 1 micro. I use NinjaTrader. I think they're the best futures prop firm or broker. You can use prop firms too. They're really good. I'm going to take 1 micro out here, and I'm going to hold one end of the day. And the reason for that is if price comes back up, I can re-add that micro at lower orb. And so I'm locking that in. I wish I had more micros. I can't really do much. So now I got to hold that last micro until the end of the day. Thoughts on the best platform to start day trading? I think Weeble's the best. I'm always going to recommend Weeble. It's absolutely the best. Here it is. New low of the day. New low of the day. 15-minute orb does it again. I mean, like, it's just like, you can't hate the system. It's so freaking powerful. Like, you plot 3 lines on a chart, 2 lines for the basic orb players. For the more advanced orb players, you use a middle orb. Combine it with EMAs, you can kind of get a sense of what's happening. Yeah, you could do futures with, I was an idiot for not having this EMA 20 up here. I knew that the middle orb is big resistance. I knew that. And with futures, you want to get as close as possible to that middle orb for your entry. And look at this, guys. Look at this monster move down. From this upper to this lower, you got a 1.2% drop on SPY. Using literally 3 lines on a chart. That's all you need. Wow. This is insane. You literally took your money here at the low of the day, price comes back to the low orb, and then you take more money. Holy moly. And we're still going down. Now what we can do, guys, is to say how price is overextended. Nope, we're not extremely oversold because we're not at this lower Keltner channel. If we get to over here, then expect a short-term bounce. But, oh my gosh, look at this, guys. We got it right here at the EMA 50 on the 1 minute, too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play. But this is a hard environment. Don't go big size on this environment. I like the self-funded futures. You have the thing with the prop firms is they make you want to be greedy. They make you want to go bigger size because you're like, I got to make $3,000 with a 50K account. And so you're going to go bigger size than you usually would. I promise you on a personal account, you would not be doing minis. You would not. I promise you, you wouldn't. You're crazy if you do. You'd be doing micros. You'd be like probably doing 1 to 2 micros max on your personal account in this environment. And if you lose, guys, your stop is so tight. I entered right in here. I entered as close as possible to this middle orb, and I added 1 micro here, 1 micro here, and I got another micro here, stopped out like right in here. Like, come on, this is my stop. It's like a 0.2% on SPY. It was very tight. And then I got back in, and guess what? That 0.2%, I already made a 3-to-1 R&R. Look at this stop loss now. Look at my risk versus reward on this trade. Go to Webull and do a short position right here on the orb. That's my risk. This is where I entered, right here at that lower orb. Okay, and my stop loss is this, right above the EMA 10. So I'm using EMAs as stop losses. I think everyone should use EMAs. They're really nice. Because if it breaks that, then we're going to go to the middle orb, and I'll try it again at middle orb. I'll try some at 20, middle orb, stop loss above middle orb. I'll try it again. So right in here, I mean, you're looking at risk versus reward. You're already getting, guys, a 4.76 R&R. What other system is going to give you that precise? Obviously, this is the market environment. You're going to get massive R&Rs, but I mean, if it goes down to here, that's a 10. Should I rip? My last contract, no matter what, guys, just based on the rules, if you're following my system to a T, you should hold your last contract till the end of the day. Have your stop loss break even. I'm going to put my stop loss above the high of this wick, so I might lose just a tad. All right, because if it goes above here, then I'm going to stop loss there. So look at candle structures. High wick here. That's a good point of interest for your stop. A lot of people like to trail it. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you keep trailing it as price goes down, you get hit. You'll get hit. It's extremely bearish today, so you'll get hit today just for it to keep going down. But if you have the guts, guys, you could have profited. Look at the R&R I got on this trade. If you had the guts to hold 1 micro to the end of the day. This is so worth it if you have the guts to do this. I got in at the low of this candle here. My R&R was at the 15-minute middle here. My R&R was like no joke, like something like it was so tight. I didn't get on the end of that. I got in like right there. And my stop was at the middle orb. Where was the middle orb? I mean, look at this yesterday candle. Nobody had the guts to hold this, I bet. But since I only had 1 micro, I didn't mind it. That micro made me insane. A couple G's on that 1 micro. So if you look at your stop here, use your data price range tool. You know, your stop is just below that middle, right? So here's your middle, just below it. Give it a little more wiggle room. Then again, you can use that EMA 50. It's actually EMA 50 right there for your stop if it goes below the 50. So you're risking 0.43% on SPY to make, I mean, this is going to blow your mind, guys, to make a 10% move on SPY. So you're risking, your R&R that I got on this trade was a 23.29. I don't know. I might have the world record. I don't know. Maybe someone else did something ballsy like me, but I might have the world record for R&R. I don't think any other market environment is going to do this kind of move up like that. That might be the world record, a 23 R&R. This one I'm looking for. I think this one I can get a 10 R&R. I think I can get a 10 R&R on this one. Let's get rid of all these lines because that was the orb. So yeah, so my stop loss is above the EMA 10. If it breaks the EMA 10, it'll probably go to the 20, and then I'll re-enter. What you want to do is you want to make these losses really tight, right? If you're this 10 is your stop, then come back up to the middle. Take that nice. It's like a point. I mean, from here to here, it was my stop. It was like a 0.20%. Yeah, was my stop on SPY. It's not that bad. That's pretty good. And this market environment's amazing. I like Webull a lot. I do futures on TradeDebate, though, because they require... Yeah, I started out with NinjaTrader because I typed in like the lowest commissions, and apparently they had the lowest. I don't know who has the lowest, actually. But for NinjaTrader, if you want like an all-time low fees, I think you had to pay up front, and then you get a permanent discount. Let me see. NinjaTrader's good. TradeDebate's good. They're all good. See, like, you can get started with 9 cents per contract, but I'm pretty sure you had to pay, I think it was like $2,000 up front to get that low fee, though. I like NinjaTrader, though. They're all good. As long as you're just comfortable using the market, using the environment, you're fine. All right, good job on bear calls. You guys nailed it. I'm gonna let this market kind of cool off for credit spreads. I just can't get fills today on it. I'm not taking the game, Mr. RM Bets. I'm not taking it. I got one contract left. I'm holding this thing for at least a 10 R&R. Don't even look at your P&L. I'm telling you, it's going to make you take the game. And then you're going to be like, why the frick did I take the game? And then you watch this thing plummet all the way down here. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Remember the daily candles. Look, we're at this stage here. Remember? You see how big these candles can get. You're at this stage here. You take the gain halfway mark. If you would have sold end of the day, look at where the big gain was. If you would have sold end of the day right in here, big gains, you know, towards this end. And definitely for this candle. So we'll see what this does. I think it's smart taking gains. I mean, if you have one micro and you're holding it at break even, to me it's like, what the heck? Just, I'm out massive money though. I'm gonna be pretty pissed if I hit my break even though. I'm up a couple G's. This is insane. Oh man. I'm just saying, based on what I've seen, I gotta stick to this system. This could easily just do a double orb and I'd be like, whatever. It could easily do that and it'll suck. Let's get rid of the EMAs for now. Let's get rid of the Keltner channels. So yeah, we're coming up in here. I might add another micro at the lower orb. I mean, if I do that, I mean, look at this risk versus reward. At the top of this upper wick, that's a pretty good R&R. And then I can just retarget the lows from this entry to here as a 1% drop on SPY. So we can do that. That's another plan I can have. I can add a micro at that lower orb. It could get to the 10 R&R. That's what I'm aiming for. Obviously, if I had a mini, I wouldn't be doing that. I'd be taking the gain right now. So yeah, this is what I'm risking at that EMA 10. That's my risk. We're already at 6 R&R right now. So my 10 R&R would be up here, right up in this area. So I'm just going to leave that there if it goes there. That's my 10 R&R. So where does that correlate to any levels? 520? Yeah. Wait. We are on this support loan. You see that support? We are on this support. Coming down to that. Maybe I should take gain on that support zone. And that will give me a 5.65 R&R. That's not a bad idea to take it on that support zone. But then if you break that support zone, holy crap, you're off to the races. Dude, that's going to be a big drop if we break this line. Yeah, I definitely use Webull for charting. I use NinjaTrader app for taking my shorts. And then I use the Webull for charting. Yeah, if you have NinjaTrader, you guys are going to love. I mean, NinjaTrader is pretty nice for the app. Maybe I should get a referral code for how much I promote them. Yeah, so they have NinjaTrader here. You can just click on the app and you just hit buy and sell. Buy market, sell market. And then when I want to get out instantly, I just hit the market order to get me out instantly. The minute I see like a level coming up. Like the minute I see like a candle breaking through this EMA 10, I'm going to get stopped out instantly and just hit the market order. Oh my gosh, who is still in this short? I know I'm not the only one in this short. We're coming into a 6 R&R on this lower band here, guys. Let's see. Or am I going to look like an idiot if it hits me out break even? It's either one of the two. I look like an idiot or I look like a god. it's either one or the other. Yeah. Yeah, I've been, I'll make a new vid on combining EMAs with it, or proper stops. This was beautiful. Yeah, I'm still holding it. Oh my freaking gosh. All right, guys, we're coming into that big resistance here. Any big support that was resistance, if we break this, you're going to see a 10 and R on my trade. Holy moly. If we break this, we got to break this line. Crap. Are we going to break it? Anybody in a micro? Anybody have at least one micro to have fun today? Everyone should be having at least one micro just to have fun today on this. All right, we're coming. Do we break it? Frick. It's bouncing. Come on, break it. That would be fun if that breaks. That would be like a drop, a free fall right here. Ah. That was a 5.65 R&R, almost 6 it's giving me. I'm just curious. Alright, guys, my stop loss is going to be... I'm thinking EMA 5. I'm thinking this. If it gets above EMA 5, I want to get stopped out. That gives me enough wiggle room. Oh my gosh, if it breaks this, you guys are going to witness something big. Oh! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, okay, 10 R&Rs back down here.
You okay?
This is a big R&R trade. Yeah, your stop loss is going to be up. I think if we break above this candle, you should get stopped out. I have no, honestly, if you guys take your micro out here, honestly, I don't blame you. I would take out, shoot, I only have one micro though. How do I take this one out? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it a false breakout though? Alright, I'm taking it. I'm taking it out. That's too big of R&R. That's way too big of R&R. We're down what? We're down 5% on SPY. I'm going to take it there. Looks like a false breakout. I'm out. Wow, that's massive. Holy shoot. Guys, keep in mind our original entry was way up in here. But let's just... For you guys that held on to this, you have actually got a... From our original entry near this area here, stop loss above this EMA 20. Let's just kind of readjust this here. Okay, since we, this is a nice solid risk versus risk ratio here. we went down 1.39% right here. Holy moly, guys. Yeah, 1.39%. We were down there. So you took a 1.39% drop. You made a 4.24 R&R on this. 4.24 with the proper stop loss of the EMA20. That is pretty freaking good. And am I looking like an idiot now because I took it out? We'll see. Guys, I gotta take that out. I'm not gonna let this be a red day if it breaks even. I needed that big trade to push me up quite a bit. Yeah, I'm going to take the gain on this one just because of this 15-minute lower line here. You see this lower line here? We hit that. Let me take off EMA so you can see price action better. Let's take this off so I'm out. So we have our 3 lines here. That's our ORB. We have our... take this out. This is our crucial line of last line of support. It breaks it. Long lower wick makes me wonder, do we start to pump up? I don't like to see long lower wicks, so I'm going to take it out. If I look to get back in, I can look to go into... The safest is always going to be middle orb, but I would have missed out if I did that. What I plan on doing is taking it at the lower orb, and you'll see like that EMA 20 is going to be in line with that. So my stop is going to be above the EMA 20. So I'm going to take another lower orb play. I'm going to keep rinsing and repeating this. Very small contracts, just 2 micros again. Yeah, I screwed up that first entry. That was the best entry here. I screwed that freaking up. Can't believe I screwed that up. But all in all, though, my stop is so tight. You know, I lost like 0.20%, 0.25% on that first trade. Then I got it all back. From this entry here, I made a 1% drop. That was insane. Yeah, official Denny, I think Webull is definitely where you can start. If you want to do futures, I have used Webull for charting and then use Ninja Trader or Trade-Evate for futures trading. Rates are still high, economy is still bad. Nothing has changed. We need a reset. Prices will go to lower lows. Yeah, I'm just basing on price action here, Sig. So, obviously, single orb, price is probably going to keep going lower, and why am I not holding a micro till the end of the day? This is what's going to kill me, guys. Yeah, you see why it's not good. It's good not to go against your rolls. Hold a micro till the end of the day. If this actually does free fall, I'm going to be really mad. I should have held it towards the end of the day. I needed 2 micros. I needed 2 micros. Sell 1 micro here and then hold that last micro end of the day. I should have bought 3 micros at that lower orb instead of 2. I would have been golden if I bought 3 micros. Now I don't have a proper scaling out roll here. Yeah, I was in too small. That was my fault. I say that all with hindsight. Wow, he made a nice game. If you guys want to subscribe on Twitch, it's free if you have Amazon Prime. Make sure you do that. You get free ads. You don't have to worry about the ads. Definitely helps me out too. I get some of the revenue, and helps me stream more often live so you can see this real time emotions, what I do bad, what I do good. Trading's not perfect, so it's definitely fun to watch if I fail or lose, I guess, or fail or win. Yeah, I mean, how much did you make? How much contracts did you do? You see the massive gains you can make on futures. It's absolutely nuts. Just a couple micros, I'm making a couple G's on this. Yesterday was a $10,000 day for me, right up in here. This is not typical though. Don't expect that. That's an abnormal day. This is more normal, I think, for this environment. Yeah, I like futures a lot. You could see when you see how your stop is so tight. Like if it gets above the middle orb, you stop out, right? Whereas credit spreads, you're kind of holding this for a while. That's the only downside with credit spreads. You're holding this till the end of the day. So if there's any kind of news, you just can't play it. I don't like the news at 1 o'clock. I think I made a good decision not playing credit spreads today. Tranquil, thanks for the follow. Obviously, it's going down. I would be making massive money on my credit spreads too. Jen Lee, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I mean, if you look at my credit spread right now, it is at 5 cents. I could buy it back right now for 5 cents. I would buy back my credit spread for 5 cents if I sold it for 25. I just can't believe I didn't get filled for 25 cents. That makes me so mad. I really wanted that 25 cents. I would have bought it back here for 5 cents. All this time decay, price going my way. Yeah, I think future trading is the best. I'm trying to figure out what. Obviously, with this environment, futures are always going to be the better than credit spreads. But when it comes to a more stable environment, your credit spreads are still my favorite. This is just this is abnormal environment to see. This isn't normal. Like in these days here, the swings aren't as volatile. So this is when credit spreads are really good in normal environments. Look at these small candles, right? Very small candles. This is just a really good future environment. What is the best brokers for futures in Canada? I don't know. Can you not do NinjaTrader in Canada? Yeah, I recommend, honestly, do a prop, or either do a prop firm. I personally think the personal brokers are better because you feel when you get a gain, you're like, oh, on a prop firm, you got to make 3,000 on a 50K to pass it. But at least when you get a gain on NinjaTrader, you can cash it out the next day. So all this gain that you made today, you can cash it out. Whereas a prop firm, you got to wait. That's the only downside for. But here's the benefit of prop firms is you're only risking $50 for an evaluation. But the downside is you have to pay $150 to activate the account. So technically, you're paying $200. You could start off with NinjaTrader with $500 and make really good returns. That's 3 micros you can do on NinjaTrader. It's making new lows as we speak. You can do $200. That's 1 micro. That's totally fine. Yeah, honestly, that's not bad just to start out. Your stop should always be the middle orb. I mean, in days like this, look at this. You went from this middle orb all the way down here. You probably doubled your account. No, you way doubled your account. Like, this is insane. That 1 micro is coming close to probably $1,000. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I should have held that last micro. I'm an idiot. I gotta start sticking to my rules. It's because I didn't do proper scaling in. I should have did 3 micros here instead of 2. So I took 1 micro out here at the low of the day, and I took another micro out at this line. And if I would have just held towards the end of the day, this could keep going down. I'm telling you, I need to start. Man, that was a stupid move. I just got so. Well, what frustrated me was this loss here. So I wanted to make sure I locked in that gain here, and actually be positive for the day instead of negative. Honestly, no one knows how far to let it ride. Really, it's just a trail and stop game. I personally think you should always hold micros till the end of the day. You just got to have the guts to do it. I've seen it go all the way back up and then make a new low. I've seen it do that. So that last micro you need to hold till the end of the day, and then trail. Get rid of some of your micros as it keeps going down. That's the only way. I mean, no one could tell you how far this is going to go. I mean, it's hard to say. It could go all the way down to here at the 503 mark. It's hard to say.
Make sure we stay warm. You're gonna zip up your jacket. Now be nice and warm. So when the wind comes, or the breeze comes, or the rain comes down on you, I'll still be ready to play outside. As I mentioned, sometimes it rains, so it's also important to wear the right shoes, like rain boots. Here are my rain boots. 1, 2. Let's put them on.
Yeah, all the premiums decimated. All the premiums that I got canceled for my credit spreads are 5 cents.
Not ready to go play outside.
Ah, man.
Run around with the leaves and we'll show them how to play.
But honestly, the credit spreads are so hard because of the premium. They're so freaking hard.
It's so fun to play in the rain.
Bear calls.
You gotta make sure you see your eyes wet. Gotta get nice and dry.
Alright, so right here. Wow. Trying to get in, asking funded 2K for the account. Can you show me your email settings, please? Mine don't look like yours. So on Webull, they're all the same. Like you can customize what EMAs you want, right? And I have all this in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, you get a complete video on how to set all this up. But you can just click on it, put your colors, and that's it. There's really nothing to it on Webull. Alright guys, that's about it. Is Ninja Trader better than Ninja Trader in Canada? Alright. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have missed that. Is Ninja Trader better than Ninja Trader? Oh, better than IBKR, I guess is what you're asking. I don't have any experience with IBKR, to be honest. I know a lot of people use that in Canada, but I just don't have. I love Ninja Trader because I know how to use it. I haven't used any other futures broker, so I'm comfortable with it. Yeah, we're making new lows. I didn't have the guts to hold my last contract because I didn't have any more micros. So you can see on the daily candle, wherever this lands at the end of the day, you sell the rest of your micros. It could be right here, it could be here, it could be here. Could it retrace the whole candle? Probably not. But wherever it is at the end of the day, you sell your rest of your contracts. That just takes the guesswork out of selling. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of selling. Wow. I don't even want to look at it. I mean, I can't believe that. That's an insane move.
You can build a snowman. Not 2 eyes. Carrots. Keep the snowman warm.
Alright guys, I'm gonna head on off. There's really nothing for me to do. I sold my last micro. I learned a lot from this lesson here, just from trading with you guys. I'm gonna be more mindful about the EMAs. I should not have got stopped out on this first trade. This would have been would have been a monster return. I had 3 micros here, sell 1 micro here, new low of the day, sell another one, and then hold that last micro till the end of the day. But this one shouldn't have got you stopped out. It's okay if it hit middle orb and goes above it. This is why you want to go low size, so you can stomach some pain if it does. And you can see it hits the 20. That's a resistance point. If it gets above the 20, then we need to get stopped out. All right. So nothing's perfect in trading, though. As you can see, if you held it towards the end of the day, you'll probably make the biggest gain. It's just a matter of it's just statistics. Every little candle here, when you predict the orb, if you held it towards the end of the day, you make the best gains. Look at this. Open here, end of the day. Open here, end of the day. Open here, end of the day. Open here. Literally to a T. Like, end of the day here. End of the day, look at this. Now you get screwed over on stuff like this, long lower wicks. But hey, I'm willing to take a risk to take these monster wins on these daily candles. This is before, like, the big volatility, too. You can see how you can make some pretty nice returns. Just something I've noticed. It just takes more guts to hold it towards the end of the day, for sure. Because you're like seeing your account up like $3,000. You're like, should I sell it? Alright guys, I'll catch you later.